Hello and welcome to the Gooner Talk, back again with you guys for another show, but for the first time in a little while, a brand new show on the show called The Quick Take. Now, you hear a lot of me now these days on the Gooner Talk. It used to be just a podcast. It used to be just match reactions with me chatting to some of the guys on the show, and it's evolved now and it's changed, and of course you hear a lot of me chatting to you guys. But I thought I would basically use this as an excuse, one, to save me a little bit of work, and two, because I think it's good to take the show back to its roots. And the roots of this show is built upon not just you guys as listeners, but also the people who make this show what it is. And you only get to hear from them once every week. And I feel that personally that's not enough. Of course, we had the tactical breakdown with Drew and with Graham, but I think that this is going to be an opportunity for you to hear a little bit more from the people that you love to hear on the podcast, and a little bit of a snippet. Now, the quick take is going to be hopefully something which comes out to you every single week, the day before the next game, be that the cup games, be that the league games. Now, I can't promise that everyone you see in that picture there will be on every single show, because people have lives, and we know that. But because what they'll be doing is basically giving their take in a 1 to 2 minute short clip, is that hopefully, because it's very short and it's quite easy to do, most of them will be able to give you their take every single week and for every single game. But we're going to have to see what happens. But ultimately, this is a chance for those guys to get their opinions across. So most of these, you won't hear much from me. You'll hear most from those guys. I'll still be here to intro and outro, but mostly it's all going to be about them. And I can't wait to see what they've got to say. So sit back, relax, enjoy, subscribe and like the video, of course, if you're enjoying the series, and turn those notifications on so you can always get told when every single show drops. But, you know, just chill and listen to what the guys have to say about our game away at Watford.
Hello, Gooner Talk listeners. This is John from Miami at 305cast, the Arsenal Miami podcast on Twitter. I'm going to talk a little bit about the upcoming match we have against Watford, kind of my thoughts and feelings on it. I think the big thing and the big news surrounding this fixture is going to be the fact that they have a new manager coming in, a new manager. And I put that in quotations because, as everyone knows, they've already had him as a manager and they brought him back. So I guess time will tell whether they have that same kind of new manager vigor that a lot of teams seem to have, and that Arsenal seems to kind of pull out of its hat somehow, miraculously, whenever we're playing a team. We seem to get stuck with those teams that play us at the exact same time that they just got a new manager and the team's lifted. That being said, I think there's reasons to believe that we're going to be lifted as well. Unfortunately, we're not going to be doing it with Lacazette because, as we've heard with the news that he has an ankle injury, and he's probably out until October, which is unfortunate considering we're going to miss his hold-up play, especially on the wings, to players like Aubameyang and Pepe. And we mentioned earlier on a previous podcast that maybe injuries are one of the considerations that the French team had and why he didn't get as much play there. So maybe this is just kind of one aspect of that playing out. I guess time will tell in that regard. But I think besides that, we do have some reasons to be excited about what's happening at Arsenal. And I think that the team is going to be uplifted knowing that Bellerin, Tierney, Holding are going to be coming back. I think that the fact that Willock has gotten offered a new position, or a new contract rather. Obviously he had one in 2017, but that was extended now for his good performance. So I think there's going to be a fire under him. Ceballos as well. I think he's going to be invigorated there to show what he can do. He had a great interview in The Guardian where he was talking about Liverpool and how difficult that was and what kind of a player he is, and acknowledging what kind of faults that he has as a player. And I think that I really believe that he's working on that, and the fact that he can acknowledge that is a good sign. So going forward, I think that we're going to have a little bit of a difficulty in the build-up, especially in the hold-up play around their penalty area, because we miss Lacazette. When you have Lacazette, you have almost another midfielder who can drop back, offer some defensive options. So knowing that that's not going to be there, we're going to really need to focus on some creativity in the midfield. I think Ceballos needs to start this game, and I think that he really needs to dovetail well with Aubameyang and Pepe to create some attacking opportunities. We need to really go at them. That's my opinion. I still think it's going to be 2-1 to the Arsenal. I think that we're going to win. Touch wood, but at the end of the day, you just got to go in there, put in your best team, and hope that you get to 3 points. And I think we will. Come on, you Gunners.
Watford versus Arsenal on Sunday, 4:30 kickoff. Going to be a tough game, I think. This. Obviously, the news come out today that Lacazette is not going to be available. I think that's going to be a big blow. So a big decision to see who's going to be playing in the front three role if they go with the three. Possibly Mesut Ozil would be coming into there, or Joe Willock would be the two choices, I think, for the game. Personally, I'd go with Willock, but at some stage the manager's got to be looking to bring Ozil into the team, so this could be the opportunity. Personally, I think it's going to be a really, really tough game, and it will show us where we are and Emery are for this season. I think that if we win this game, it puts us in a good position to go to the Villa game, and then we could be in a good position going into Manchester United. But a defeat, and we really mid-table, and the progression side is not as good as it should be. So I honestly feel that Watford are there for the taking. Certainly were a couple of weeks ago, but bottom of the league. And if Arsenal have any ambitions of getting into Champions League places, you have to go to teams like Watford and win. It's as simple as that, So I'm looking for a good performance. I think attacking wise, we'd probably get that. But I do feel that we're very, very weak defensively, and that could be a big issue for us. So I believe it's going to be a tough game, but hopefully we can get through, and I think that we might scrape this 1-2-1. That's my hopeful feelings on it. But I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't win this game.
Imagine giving me 2 minutes, only 2 minutes, for my thoughts on an entire game. It's not right, but we'll give it a crack anyway. Lacazette out at the weekend means that things are going to be a little bit different. Ceballos should definitely start. He was really impressive the last day when he came on. Just a little bit more direct and holds onto the ball a little bit better. The usual Jay Leno in goal, Kebab at left full, Maitland-Niles at right full, and whoever he decides to put in at centre half. Sideshow Bob and Ceballos in the middle will be my two anyway. Pepe, Reece Nelson and Aubameyang straight through the middle. That would be nice. And I reckon anyway, we're looking at maybe a 3-0 win. So a 3-0 win at home would be a good result, especially after the international break. You just want to get off onto a decent start after this break, because the 2-2 draw at home to Spurs was probably 2 points dropped, to be fair. But if we can get cracking and then just tick the weeks off until we get Tierney and Bellerin back, and we get a full look exactly at how we're going to tackle the rest of the season with a first choice 11. It's exciting times for me, but looks like I've kept it well under 2 minutes. 3-0 home win. Come on!
Evening all, this is Ola from the Gooner Talk. I'm just doing a quick video on the game that we got against Watford on Sunday, 4:15 kickoff away at Watford. It's one of those games that we don't usually do well in, but although we've the last couple of times that we've played them, we've managed to nick a result against them. We all remember the famous line from Troy Deeney's talking about Arsenal lacking cojones, and it's just one of those fixtures that we always want to do well against. Now, Javi Garcia got fired. They got a new manager in, which is their old manager, Kike Sanchez. We know that they're gonna come with that oomph from a new manager, that new energy that they get from a new manager, and sometimes it goes against us. But this is one thing that I know for sure: we have more firepower to deal with the defense than they have for us. They don't have the main man in Troy Deeney. I know we don't have one of our main guys in Lacazette, but having Pepe and Aubameyang up front should be more than enough to break down their defense. We need to be tactically disciplined when we go over to Watford, and to bring these 3 points home. It's vitally important for the morale of the team. Yeah, it's early on in the season, but we're 5 games in now, and we want to kick on from what the international break is actually brought to the team in stopping momentums. But one thing we can actually hope for is proper continuity everybody gelling together, not inviting Santa Claus to give Watford the very first 3 points of the season, because we look at the game against Cardiff last season. They didn't even score one goal, and they came to us and got 2 goals, and then that we jump started the season. So that is the one takeaway that I don't want us to go and do for this time around. I don't want us to jumpstart the season. In fact, I want us to kick them while they're down. So up the Arsenal, bring up the 3 points, and we go again.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Gooners podcast, here doing a special bit for the Gooner Talk TV for the lovely host Tom Canton, who is a man half my age, and I don't normally listen and take instructions from guys half my age, but in this case I'll make an exception. Here to talk about the Watford game coming up on Sunday. Coming to you live from the beautiful campus of the University of Missouri in Columbia, Missouri, where a certain Joshua Kroenke, Esquire, used to sow his wild oats in college. University, for those of you who say that. But anyway, Watford. Game's going to come down to one of two things. First of all, what kit are we going to wear? Because Watford prefer the yellow, they prefer the black, which blends with dark blue. So I'm thinking it's got to be the red kits, even though we're away from home. If it is, look for a strong performance. That's the first key. Second, a little bit worried about two people on Watford specifically. You got to get past Cathcart on defense. And, as always, we're going to have our hands full with Troy Deeney. I mean, you just know that that's going to happen. Wait, hold on. The producer's telling me something. Neither of those guys are going to be playing on Sunday. So, it's going to be 7-0. We're going to have our way with them. I mean, who is going to stop us? 4, maybe 5 goals from Lacazette. I don't know who's going to set up those goals, but Laka is going to be in the goals on Sunday. God, stop interrupting. Oh, Lacazette's out? For 7 games? God damn it. All right, well, now I don't know what to tell you. I put all my money on Lacazette. I don't know anyone else on our team who can score. We need to sign a couple more striking players in his absence. There's got to be some free agents available, but in all seriousness, I think this is a game for us to take. I'm not worried about the new manager because he's not a new manager. He's the old manager who became the new manager from being the old manager, and now he's back as the new manager. So I think we roll over them. I'd say I'm even going to go 4-1 in this case. But the one, of course, will be given up in the last 90 seconds of the first half, as per usual. So 4-1 to the Arsenal. It's Mike from the Gooners podcast, doing a special for the Gooners Talk and the Gooner Talk as well. See ya. Come on, you Gooners.
Hey guys, it's Matt Webb from the Gooner Talk at Webby AFC 182. So this weekend we've got Watford away, fixture which I'd usually be pretty concerned about. I know that we've tripped on some hurdles with these guys in the past. However, Watford have had a really bad start to the season. They're low on form. They've lost all the games barring one, which was a 1-1 draw against Newcastle. They've let in 8 goals and only scored 2. Whereas on the contrary, I think that Arsenal have been playing really well. I think we've looked sharp. I think we was unlucky in the London derby against Tottenham not to pick up 3 points. And I thought it was admirable that we come back from being 2-0 down. It's a shame that we've lost Lacazette due to this niggling ankle injury. And I'm sure that Aubameyang will lead the line with Pepe starting again out on the wing. The only other question mark that you can really say about this game is that Watford have got this new manager or this old manager that's come back. You never really know how that's going to affect the club. Usually you'll find that this might put a spring in the step of some of these players and raise their morale. Perhaps the manager tinker with some strategies or tactics. So we really don't know how that will play out until game day. But that aside, and that being said, I'm still confident that we can secure 3 points. I believe we've got more than enough quality to get through this game with a win, and more importantly, move into next weekend against Aston Villa to try and pick up 6 out of 6, which will really put us in a great position in the league so early on. And so, look, hope you have a good weekend. Here's to be hopeful, and up the Gooners.
Hey everyone, Andy with the Gooners podcast. My prediction for this weekend's match away to Watford is a 1-1 draw. We're notorious for coming off of international breaks slow, and I think we're going to see that again. Watford are notorious for causing us problems. I think that even though they have 14 new players and they've got this new manager, I think he's been given 2 weeks to really embed that system, and we can be hit on the counterattack pretty easily. We really haven't held a clean sheet away from home in the last 5 matches. I think we've had 1. So I see them sitting back, defending well, causing us frustration. I think we pepper the goal quite often, but I have this feeling that we're going to be a little rusty coming off of this international break. I know a lot of our players who aren't playing internationally traveled. To various holiday destinations. So I think we struggle, but I think we'll see a good performance. I'm going to predict a 1-1. As far as lineup goes, I think we'll likely go as close to Tottenham as possible, with maybe Xhaka being dropped, if not for that dire performance, but because it suggested that he has a niggling injury with his Achilles. With Watford likely sitting deep and defending deep, it'd be nice to see what Willock and Guendouzi can do going forward and creating chances for them front 3 players. I'm going to put Pepe on the score sheet, but I think it ends 1-1, and we look back at this come April, May as 2 points dropped, because I think the performance will be good. I just think that we defensively are just going to get hit on the counterattack. Let's hope I'm wrong.
Good evening everyone, it's Kenny King and to my preview for Watford Arsenal. Game at 4:30 on a Sunday, and looking at the game, it's a massive game for Watford. They've recently sacked their manager Javi Garcia and replaced him with their manager who was their manager in the 15-16 season, Chico Sanchez Flores. Massive game for the Arsenal as well. If you look at both the teams, if you look at Watford, they haven't recovered, in my opinion, from the defeat in the FA Cup final when they lost 6-0. And if you look at their results this season, especially their home form hasn't been of the best. They've only got 1 point this season, which was an away point in Newcastle. Apart from that, everyone says that there's going to be a Chico Flores bounce. For me, Watford are there for the taking, and I expect Arsenal to be on the front foot, not just defensively in terms of the pressing game, but also in terms of getting numbers forward. I think if Arsenal get the first goal, I think they're going to win comfortably. In terms of the selection, I understand that Lacazette is doubtful and so is Granit Xhaka, but if that's the case, and then I think maybe there's a case for Pepe playing in the team alongside Aubameyang, and who knows, maybe you can get Reece Nelson on the side. So basically you can get Reece Nelson on the left, Pepe on the right, and Aubameyang up front on his own. So that for me, that's a positive move for Unai Emery. And in terms of midfield, that frees up a space for Joe Willock alongside Ceballos and the man at the moment, Guendouzi. So I'm ending this video now. My prediction for the match is Watford 0, Arsenal 3. Speak soon.
So there you have it, everything that the boys had to say. Thank you to all of the lads who were able to contribute this week. We hope that we'll see as many of them as feasibly possible every single week. And if you are enjoying this and you like the idea, the whole thing about this is getting your response and your feedback. So if you are enjoying it, please do give us that feedback in the comment section below. But also the best feedback that you can give is by liking the videos. That's how I know and how we know that you're liking the videos and what we've got to say. And whilst you may not agree with everything that goes on and everything that is said by the boys, I love for you to put your thoughts, whether they're agreeing or whether they're disputing, because some of the best comments and the best commenters and the best live viewers I feel I have on this channel. And that comes from the articulacy of every comment that you put in the live shows and in the comment section. So please do continue to do that, and please put your thoughts below. So thank you ever so much for tuning in. I'll see you again very, very soon after the game for the Raw Reaction show, and then with the podcast as well. See you again soon, and as always, up the Arsenal.